What are the takeaways that sales leaders need to consider when they potentially have somebody that is neurodivergent on their team? How do they tap into that? And how do they adapt the learning style to fit what works best for that individual?
The first is like a culture of learning. When in one of my first roles, this was actually in my dad's sales floor, there were books all over the place. There were constantly new trainings about I see you've got a lot of books. We have this in common. And so I think that culture of learning, of continuous development is a critical piece. And not to say that it's impossible to grow and develop if you as a seller are not in a place like that. However, it helps. And I'll give one stat. I just dropped on me. I don't know where it came from and I haven't confirmed it, but it was something like 50% of the learning stipends that are given to sellers, 50% are not used. And it was posed to me as a question that I should incorporate in my own discovery motions with my clients or prospects so that I can just have a better understanding of how big of a hill we're going to have when it comes to driving retention, which is that's my job as a sales enablement professional, right? That what I introduce is not being retained at 80%, like at scale, then I have not done my job. And then the second piece of it is collaboration. And what I mean by that is, I think that one of the core competencies or character traits of a great salesperson is that they're very competitive, and not in a like negative manner, competitive with themselves, right? They want to do better than they did yesterday, which as far as I'm concerned is the most important competition in this game, hard stop. But the collaboration aspect of learning how to sell back to the peers, right? And what I mean by that is like I think of dashboards, right? And the aggressive use of dashboards. It's very easy for a team environment to slip into a toxic competition. And this can come from the comp models, right? The management. And so or just a poor understanding of what it means to coach a team, not enough messaging around how this is a team sport or whatever. And so I think that hoarding of knowledge, hoarding of best practices, hoarding of ever fill in the blanks will absolutely destroy the team's ability to learn and grow together. And so those are the two things. And I'm thinking of Thomson Reuters and specifically, they were so focused on collaboration that there was a point where one of the new products that we introduced was being triple comped as it was introduced, just to ensure that there was no infighting and everybody would work together. And this actually came up at the CRO summit in New York City last week. The CRO of Own Backup had talked about doing the same thing to reduce some of the tension between customer success and sales. And so again, it's the establishing a learning culture where people are proactively seeking out and sharing what they've learned. And then of course, the collaboration of learning together.